Okay, it is mainly a surface area quiz, but I just want to remind you there's a couple other topics on there. How many faces, edges, and vertices a polyhedron has. If you do want to check yourself for that problem tomorrow, if it does come up, remember your final answers. You take your faces and vertices, add them together, and subtract the number of edges you think there are, and it should always equal 2. Okay, should always equal 2. That's also a good one to know if, like, for instance, you know how many faces and edges and you're trying to find the number of vertices and you're not sure. Plug in the 2 you have and figure out the last one because you know it has to equal 2. Cross sections will also be on there. Don't forget cross sections. When I cut a figure diagonally, horizontally, vertically, there are none in your packet. Okay, there are none in the review we're doing today. So I put about 10 together on Delta Math for you guys to try. This is also why you have your Chromebooks open. Go do a Google search for me. And this is the same place I showed you the other day. Again, Google GeoGebra, GeoGebra, cross sections. Okay, GeoGebra with cross sections. And the first hit you get right here, cross sections. I don't know if you want to favorite, pin it, whatever, bookmark it, whatever the term is you guys do nowadays, so you don't have to keep looking for it. It's right there. I would definitely spend about 5 to 6 minutes before tomorrow's quiz looking at the figures and their cross sections, because you'd be surprised what shapes you get for certain cross sections. Okay, and again, here's how you would do it. I don't know, what do I want to pick here? I'll take a rectangular prism. All right. The only thing you want to mess around with is rotate 1 and move your bar from horizontal to vertical. I don't know what'll happen with the others. You're playing with fire there. But if you want to just figure out the cross sections, you get rotate 1. And then say, oh, look, I'm always going to get a rectangle for a rectangular prism. Okay, I think you guys would be surprised if you spent about 5 minutes going through each of them. The different types of cross sections you would get. Okay. And again, you just go from rotate 1 horizontal to vertical. Take a look at all the different cross sections you could get. And it also might be helpful as you're working through the Delta Math too. Have that one open in case you get a little confused on one. All right. Any questions so far on those 2? Faces, edges, vertices, and practice on Delta Math with cross sections. All right. The meat of it, obviously, is your lateral and surface area of our 4 big figures here: prisms, cylinders, pyramids, and cones. And then there will be not 1, but 2 figures. I say mashed up. That's how we ended class every day. I'll take 2 of these figures, put them on top of each other. What's the surface area? Okay. Remember, you cannot count whatever faces are covered up. Next thing I just wanted to talk about before I let you go on your own is what formula should I know for tomorrow? Honestly, I'm going to show you. There's 4 total you should know coming in, but you should only be memorizing 2, and I think I've talked about this with you. Let me start with the cylinder. Lateral area of a cylinder, that's pi times your diameter times the height. All right, so we make sure you come in knowing that one tomorrow. Now, the surface area, I wouldn't memorize. I don't think there's a need for you guys to memorize surface area. As long as you understand what surface area is. I'm taking that lateral area I've memorized, and since it's a cylinder, what am I popping on? 2 of them, right? 2 more circles. So 2 pi r squared. I don't think that's just me personally. If you want to memorize it, memorize it. But if I know the lateral area, I should know the surface area because I'm putting on 2 circles. And the same goes for the cone. I would have just remember the lateral area, pi times the radius times the slant height. And now when I ask you for the surface area, now you're not popping on 2 circles, you're only popping on 1 circular base. All right, so those are the 4 ones you need to know because they're not on any formula sheet. Well, Mr. Carlino, you just said prisms and pyramids will be on there. Or what about those formulas? I don't have one for you. I don't. Look, I give you this tomorrow and say find the lateral area. Okay, it's got 6 rectangles. Find the area of 1 and multiply it by 6. But if I give you this and say find the lateral area, now it's 3 rectangles. So I can't give you a formula that says this is the formula you go to every time for a prism. Depends on which one I give you, right? And it depends on the shapes of the bases if I ask for surface area. And the same thing goes for pyramid. I'm not going to give you one for pyramid because I don't know if your pyramid's going to have 4 congruent triangular faces or 3 or 6 if it's hexagonal, right? All right, so that's why I don't give you one for prisms and cylinders or prisms and pyramids. You don't know. It depends on the type. Okay, it depends on the type I give you. Any questions with tomorrow's quiz? That's about it. Surface area and faces, edges, vertices with cross sections. All good? Please remember when I give you those mashed up figures, don't count what's being covered up. Please don't. Last thing, can you go to number 9 on your review, please? Number 9. Keep your Chromebooks open because all the answer key's on Classroom. It's not in your packet today. Answer key with work is on Classroom, not in your packet like it usually is. You know how I do things in here. I can't do 42, however long this period is of straight math. We got to change it up every once in a while. Question 9 involves the world's largest ice cream cake. And I'm not doing this problem with you at all. I don't even care about it. I just want to show you it is legit. There it is. If anybody's interested there. World's largest ice cream cake from Dairy Queen. Looks like it's got some Oreo crumbles on the top. There it is.
Mr. Carlina, how long do you think it would take you to eat that?
I do not like ice cream cake one bit.
If you had to.
I would not eat it. I don't think you could. It would take, if it stayed fresh the whole time, it would take you years to probably eat that. Years, yeah.
I would say like a year or 2.
Look how huge this thing is.
You have like a slice of it.
19 feet by 9 feet by 2 feet. Are you kidding me? No way. You cannot eat one of those cubes in a day. Absolutely not. No. Absolutely not.
Even if it took me like a week to eat a cube, it wouldn't take me
No.
years.
I am not an ice cream cake. Is anybody like, it's ice cream cake or nothing
No.
as far as when it comes to cakes?
It's just
No ice cream cake for me. I'm on the flip side. Vanilla cake for me. That's it. Vanilla cake with vanilla frosting. What? No. Vanilla. Maybe I'll substitute in funfetti cake, but that's it. That's it. Straight vanilla. Not a chocolate guy. And anybody carrot cake in here? Because if you were, you could leave immediately. Carrot cake. Are you kidding me? I just do a celery cake while we're at it too. Red velvet. Anybody? Decent red velvet. You gotta have some decent frosting though, because sometimes the red velvet gets dried out way too quickly. Am I missing a combination or cream cheese frostings? All right. Yep. Buttercream is the way to go. Not that. What's the other type there? Like it's real fluffy. Frosting. That's not any good. There's like butter and buttercream, I think they call it. It's awful. It's way too fluffy. That's one thing probably, not to keep this going, but like if you were in an eating competition, the question is always what food would be your go-to food. I think I could do a round birthday cake pretty quickly if I didn't eat the rest of the day. Not a huge one, just one of the little like 8-inch round ones.
You want to try it?
No, I don't. But I think that's where my wheelhouse would be right there. Anybody have any other foods they think they could just, no issues?
They eat salt chicken.
How many think you put down in a certain time frame?
Chicken sandwiches?
Yeah.
Then I could do like 4.
Like if I give you a 10-minute time frame,
10 minutes?
10-minute competition, how many are we putting down?
2.5, 3.
Okay.
If I have the sauce. That sauce.
And you got to eat it quick though. That's the thing. Like you can't just sit back and enjoy it. 10 minutes. You got to put that sucker down.
Yeah. They're not that big. Though.
Any other foods would be your go-to?
I think I
Eating
could eat
competition?
hamburgers.
Hamburgers?
Yes.
How many in 10 minutes?
In 10 minutes, that's a lot of time.
Plain?
How big is the hamburger? Just like hamburger size.
Not a mini.
Yeah, not like small.
not like sliders.
Yeah. I think I could get like
Maybe
6.
No way.
I
No
could-
way.
I could-
Bun and all.
What?
Bun and all.
6.
I don't know about that.
I think I could do that.
I honestly would. But
That bun, those buns would get you full.
Do you have like no faith in me?
No, but 6 is a lot. In 10 minutes.
10 minutes is a lot of time.
Not after 3 burgers down and you're like, "Ooh, I'm only halfway there." And you got to chew them, swallow them.
If I had like water to go with it,
Anything else? No. I did do that's, if anybody's ever wondering why that snack pack is up on the wall over there. That's what I did years ago with the student. We had a snack pack competition. I think it was, I definitely did. I think it was, what do we have? 10 each, I think, maybe 8 or 10, I can't remember. Snack packs, and was the first one who finished. And it got ugly. It got messy and real ugly.
Do you remember the student?
did you win?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, but it was just like I had stuff all over my face. He went all chocolate. I went all vanilla. It was just like it just squeezing things down. It was actually kind of gross to watch, but
What was the student?
Alex Ridgway.
How long ago was it?
Oh, this was probably 6-7 years ago, I believe.
Like if I were to bring in like a cake,
I couldn't. I don't know. I don't want to do that. Like
You're
it would ruin my
scared?
whole
Scared
day.
you're gonna
Like
lose?
that was like the rest of my day was just shot because I was just like sugar coursing through my veins. Like I felt sick all day, going through 10 snack packs in one sitting. No, I couldn't. Last year I was thinking about doing a garlic bread challenge with one of my students. Yeah.
What did you do?
But in the end of it, they didn't do so hot on the Regents review quiz, so we didn't have the opportunity to earn that garlic bread challenge. So yeah.
Is a snack pack just a random bet?
No, you know what? He like every day I'd be up here teaching and I'd look back and like he'd just be chowing down on snack packs, and I'm like, and also part of his other lunch too, and it's just like feeding his face. Me watching that every day, I go, all right, one day like this, how many do you think you can put down? He's like, probably 8 to 10. I was like, all right, last day of class, you got it. Let's do that. You bring in whatever you want. I'll bring in whatever flavor I want. And it was bad. It was just like rip the cover off, lick the cover, start squeezing that thing right down. It was like he had chocolate all over his face. I had vanilla all over my face. And like because there was no utensils and no spoons either. By the way, that was not allowed. It was all hands on. Yep. So then you had to get your tongue in there and lick, make sure everything was clean because that wasn't allowed. You couldn't have some left over.
how long did it take you?
I don't know. I forget. It was a while. Yeah. Had them all lined up. It was great.
Is that the last time you ever like raced?
Yeah, because I remember how I felt after the rest of that day, and it was awful. I don't know if I'd ever do that again. It has to be the right situation if I'd ever do that.
Like if I were to get like 100 on my regions, could we race?
Sure, I have the 100 challenge, so
Would you do that? Like you have to eat a full cake in a class if someone got 100.
It is really whatever they want with a certain that. We haven't gotten into that yet because we're not into the regions, but I do what's called the 100 challenge, which is you get 100 on the regions exam, you come back in the fall, and we talk about something you'd like me to do for you.
Oh, is that why you wore the pajama pants?
That's why I wore the pajama pants that day. Yep. That's why I've gone into Dunkin' Donuts to get in a nice coffee and delivered it to a student's classroom and say, I am inferior to your math ability 1 year. Yep. Yep. Mrs. Linehan, who was the other honored, I taught her when she was here and she got a 100 and she came back and pied me in the face the next year. So, yeah, we can talk about that as the Regents comes, my 100 challenge. But yeah, I guess I would entertain eating a cake in a whole. But what's that do for you though? Like, what do you get? Like, you're the one that got the 100. You got to get something out of it, though.
Well, like if we like raced, like whoever won is like glory.
I don't know, man. Eating a whole cake. One sitting.
A whole ice cream cake.
No ice cream cake.
Make
No,
it chunks.
no, no ice cream cake. All right.